Welcome back, guys, to Bald Feather Bets. So, quick recap of Friday or not Friday, what is today? Thursday, of Tuesday and Wednesday of the first college football playoff games in the quarterfinals, so the first three, and then our pick for Notre Dame, Georgia, because the game got delayed to today. Obviously, big win for us with Penn State over Boise State. We laid it with Penn State for 20 units, so Penn State play calling and refs almost did us in, but even with all that, Boise State just didn't have the horsepower to keep up with Penn State. Finally, Penn State decided they would hand the ball off to Allen and Singleton, who, if they had just done that all game, I think would have rushed for 500 yards. So sometimes, man, these play callers, they want to showcase everything when they really don't need to. They can keep it simple. But anyway, Penn State got the win in the cover. Positive, 20 units. Then we came into the Texas game. We were looking good there. It was 24-8, and Arizona State was going to attempt a 4th and 2 halfback pass that if the Texas defender just knocks down, they get the ball at midfield with about 6 minutes left, probably drive down, tack on another score, and it's over and they cover. But he did not bat the ball down. Arizona State scored a touchdown, got a 2-point conversion. On the insinuating drive, Texas gets the ball back. One thing I will say is I was like, oh, well, Texas is about to go conservative here. That's what Sark will do. He'll try and, drain this clock out for 6 minutes, and then they'll never score. They'll win by 8. Arizona State will cover. They did not do that. They went ultra aggressive. They threw a deep bomb. However, that ball got picked. It was the right read by Quinn. He just put too much air under it. Isaiah Bond has this guy beat, and he would have, if he throws a flatter, quicker ball that maybe doesn't, go for a touchdown, but it would have gone for a big pass play. Instead, he goes for the kill shot. He goes for the touchdown, so he puts air under it, which allows both the safety and the corner who had gotten beat time to catch up to it, and then they pick it off. Arizona State scores, another 2-point conversion. We go to OT, and then obviously one of the best games in college football playoff recent memory. But if you have a team minus 2 scores, you're not going to cover in overtime. So Texas gets the win there, and that sets up a matchup with Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. Early line on that came out at minus 4.5, and then was quickly bet to 6.5. And now it's kind of come back down. You see 5.5s and 6s, and I think still 6.5 left. We'll get more into that game later. I have some early thoughts on it, but nothing right now. We'll get into that later in this weekend and then next week. And then we went into the Ohio State-Oregon game where we had Ohio State for 10 units, and obviously that one was a win too. So overall, so far, good in the quarterfinal. We're 30-5. Doing well here. So we come into the Sugar Bowl. This is a really, really close game. That's why I said that I wasn't really willing to make a pick on it Friday evening when I put up the video for the other 3. I wanted some more time on this one. You have a situation here where you have a very unknown in that Gunnar Stockton's playing quarterback for Georgia, and we've really only seen him for a half against Texas. Initially looked good, but that's because Texas wasn't really prepared for what he can do, had to adjust to him. And then once they did adjust to him, Georgia couldn't really do much after that. Then you have a little bit of an unknown in Notre Dame's defensive line with Riley Mills being out, and how are they going to respond to that? You have a clear coaching advantage from the Georgia side. I think you have I wouldn't say a clear coordinator advantage from Notre Dame's Mike Denbrock's side, but one that I would give to Denbrock for sure over Mike Bobo on the offensive side. And then on the defensive side, it's going to take a long time before I trust anyone else defensively over a Kirby Smart team. So I would give that edge to Georgia. Geographically, you're going to give this edge to Georgia. Those fans they'll show out for the Sugar Bowl for sure. They'll be loud. That's a location that they're used to playing. They like going there. And then just from a pure experience standpoint, in terms of the whole team, you give this edge to Georgia. Ultimately, this one came down to the fact that Kirby Smart is the head coach of Georgia. So we are going to take you can get 1.5 right now. That's the best you can get it at. We are ultimately going to take Georgia plus the 1.5. And we're going to do that one for 5 units. Again, it's similar to the Texas read in that not a ton of confidence in it, just with how split it is. But if we're going to go down in this one, we're going to go down with Kirby Smart. We're not going to go down. I like Marcus Freeman a lot. Think he's improved every single year he's been a head coach, but he's not at Kirby Smart's level, especially for a single game sample size. Like this Georgia team in terms of their rallying cry, they fight hard. So that's who we're going with. And then featured, Casey would like to make a pick.
So we say anyone but Georgia.
Okay.
So who are they playing?
They're playing Notre Dame.
Yeah, so Notre Dame's got it.
Casey's on Notre Dame. So we'll see. You guys can either go with me or you can go with Casey. But we will.
Who do you have?
I have Georgia. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We don't bet totals here at Bald Feather Bets, but this game is going under. Everyone enjoy the Sugar Bowl, and we will be back at you later on.